Thank you, Ida. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for reminding us also on the environmental benefits from reuse. On the same topic, staying on that, Manon, you also have an intervention to make. So please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Eunice. Thank you for having me, and thank you. Hello, everyone. Building on top of what Ida just said, reusable packaging solutions like Camupack are emerging throughout the world. And at Enough Plastic, these last 5 years, we've been aggregating these solutions worldwide, seeing them grow and seeing them gain traction from consumers, from businesses, and more recently from a legal perspective. As Raisin also mentioned, at EU level with the packaging and packaging waste regulation discussions, but also on the international scale with the plastics treaty negotiations. In line with the different keynote speakers' interventions, it's become clear that we can no longer only recycle our way out of the single-use packaging waste crisis. It's obvious we need to move upstream in the value chain by complementing current recycling efforts with prevention and reuse systems, because these solutions are the ones offering the highest mitigation opportunities by significantly reducing CO2 emissions, cutting on energy, water, resource use, as Ida just shared with Camupack, but more overall drastically reducing pollution and waste. But if this transition were easy, it would have already been adopted. So we've seen that some brands have started their upstream journeys through reuse pilots, through the shift from single-use plastic packaging to fiber-based single-use packaging, for example. But most of them faced common challenges, be it a lack of human and financial resources to identify, design, and adopt the best solutions within their operations. They would also face a lack of strong legal incentives, and above all, a first-mover risk when moving alone. So that's the reason why at Enough Plastic, but with several partners around the world, we've been developing tools to support corporates in their linear to circular transition, shifting their distribution models towards more circularity and reusability. And Planet Reuse is a great example of these tools in Europe. To share a few words on Planet Reuse, it's the first online European platform and network bringing all stakeholders in the field of reuse and reusable packaging to learn, connect, and collaborate on the topic. It's a very powerful tool because it enables these reuse stakeholders to stay updated on current developments in the field through webinars that we're organizing on very specific topics on the reuse value chain, like standardization, reverse logistics efficiency, how to develop protocols and standards for cleaning practices, for example. These stakeholders also access a pool of very rich resources on the topic. The idea is not to reinvent the wheel. A lot of resources are already out there, so this platform centralizes them. And above all, to connect with the right partners to move this reuse transition forward. The platform was created in September last year. Already, has reached almost 600 members in 30 countries in Europe. It features 4 national hubs, which gathers stakeholders working on the topic nationally. And our objective in the coming years is to expand its action and reach in all parts of Europe. Because what Planet Reuse has proved is that multi-stakeholder collaboration is a key aspect to bringing successful reuse systems forward. And I also believe, and that's my conclusion also for today, that without, to strongly, first, for reuse system to strongly take off the ground, we need strong political momentum and incentives. And we need a strong legal framework pushing upstream as an accelerator towards true circularity. And that's one of the reasons that with Planet Reuse and New Era, which is the political voice of reuse systems in Europe, we've structured a reuse campaign that will be live and official next week in Brussels for the Green Week, to reinforce to policymakers the need to set ambitious reuse targets in the law, and to reinforce the fact that reuse systems are highly beneficial from an environmental, economic, and social perspective. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.